Hello and welcome to the Legacy Crusaders YouTube channel. This is Benji and I'm here with a special guest. Say hello!
Hello, everybody. If you recognize my voice, this is indeed BladeYGO.
Yeah, the man with the voice.
If you guys haven't seen my channel, there should be a link in the description somewhere. I upload discussions and just like card discussions in general, whether it be about future products or what's happening in the now. So if you guys enjoy that type of stuff, I have a character as well that will demonstrate everything instead of like real life. So anyways, if you want to check that out, go check it out. Link should be in the description. But
Yeah.
I'm happy to be here today with the how to play on Salamangreats.
Yeah, thanks. Alright, let's take a quick peek at your deck list. Now, I know you're playing your own cards, and this is meant to be just like the general what everyone should know about. So I'm just going to do a quick card by card, just so that people know what these cards are if they wanted to try and pick them up. So we have one Salamangreat Jack Jaguar, 3 copies of Lady Debug, 1 copy of Salamangreat Falco, 3 copies of Salamangreat Gazelle, 3 copies of Salamangreat Spiny, 2 copies of Salamangreat Foxy, 2 copies of Psychic Wielder. I keep pulling those out of packs. I'm on my 3rd so far. 3 Ash
Nice.
Blossom and Joyous Spring, which will come in your 3 starter decks, or structure decks, I guess I would call them. 2 copies
Indeed.
of Ghost Ogre and Snow Rabbit, which is summonable off the E-Telly. 2 copies of Effect Veiler, 3 copies of Called by the Grave, 3 Twin Twister, 3 copies of Salamangreat Circle, the Rhoda, which also I think is some sort of a Eagle Booster.
Yeah.
1 copy of Emergency Teleport, 1 copy of Salamangreat Sanctuary, which you only need 1 of because you can search it with just any monster in your deck, technically. 3 copies of Infinite Impermanence if you have infinite funds. 1 copy of Salamangreat Rage, 1 copy of Salamangreat Judgment, 1 copy of Salamangreat Roar, and 1 copy of Solemn Warning. Just going to run through the extra deck, and then we'll talk briefly about the side deck. 1 copy of Brianak, Dragon of the Ice Barrier. 1 copy of number 41, Baguska, the Terribly Tired Taper. 2 copies of Salamangreat Mirage Stalio. 1 copy of Orlo Dragon. 2 Salamangreat Heat Leo. 1 copy of Nightmare Phoenix. 1 copy of Hitta, the Blazing Fire Charmer, which I have to try in my Infernoid deck. 3 copies of Salamangreat Sunlight Wolf, which is one of the cards you will need to get outside of the structure deck. 3 copies of Salamangreat Phalanx, which searches your field spell. It's also your Return of the Dragon Lords. In the side deck, we are currently playing, just as a generic side deck, 3 copies of Dino Wrestler Pankratops, 3 Droll Lockbird, which is really good against dangers, 3 copies of Mind Control, 3 Evenly Matched, and 3 copies of Solemn Strike. Anything you want to say specifically about the way that this particular build was made before we continue?
Yeah, so if you're questioning, like, for example, why am I playing Psychic Wielder over something like Dangers, for example, and why am I playing Emergency Teleport? Well, the reason why I wanted to put those cards in this list instead of something like Dangers is because this is just supposed to be, like, the very basics of the deck. I didn't want to overcomplicate things with stuff like Dangers. So if you want to take it to that next level, that's totally fine. But I felt like Psychic Wielder would be, like, even though, like, it may not make much of a difference, I just feel like it'd be easier to demonstrate the deck with Wielder instead of the Dangers. And the Emergency Teleport is basically like a 3rd copy of Wielder or a Disruption with Ogre. So it has versatility in that aspect. So that's why I like that. You play Brionic because it's the synchro you would go into with Wielder. You don't really need to go for anything else going first other than Mirage Stalio, which is the invoker of the deck. So you just want to play a synchro that's good going second, and Wielder will also help you go second if need be. So there's always that. And then I think the last 2 cards people might question are Baguska and Hida. But
well,
those
Baguska ruined my life.
Yeah.
We played a few practice duels, and that Baguska was amazing.
Yeah, Baguska. So the reason why you play Baguska and the reason why you play Hida is you won't realize this until I'm pretty sure it's the one Dusseldorf. You will see Salamangreat lists playing Baguska and Hida unless they just cut them, which I don't know why. But the reason why you play them is for the Salamangreat mirror match. Baguska is very hard to out in the mirror match unless you're playing something like Cerberus, but then that just becomes a whole separate discussion on Baguska, so we won't get into that. But basically, Baguska says turn off all monster effects on the field. You guys know what Baguska does, but it's very hard for Salamangreats to out inherently because their Link 2 only has 1800 attack, and sure, you can go Phalanx and buff and everything, but that requires 3 monsters. You're not having that follow-up, so Baguska is just a very annoying card to deal with in general for the mirror match. And then the reason why you play Hida is also for the mirror match. So basically, Hida, the reason why it's good is because you can revive any Salamangreat from your opponent's grave, whether that be something like Phalanx, which will protect your opponent's Salamangreats from battle or destruction if it's in their graveyard, and so you want to get that out of the way. You can summon a Gazelle. This might sound very overcomplicated right now, and I assure you, you'll learn the basics of the deck, because yeah, so just keep in mind, Hida will be relevant once you start learning more about the deck. And it's also good in other matchups as well if they're playing like Nightmare Phoenix or an Ash Blossom. But really, Hida's big purpose is for the mirror match.
Okay.
The last thing I want to mention, the side deck is just very generic. And I mean, you can literally... I play like those just because like they're generically good side deck cards, but that's up to personal preference. So, yeah.
All right. So if you're not familiar with this series, how this is going to work is that Blade is actually screen sharing me, so he has no control over how we're going to play out these games. We're going to play 3, 4, 5 games on YGOpro, however many we need to get the deck's main concept across. A bunch of random duels where we have to make real life decisions on the spur of the moment. So you ready to play some duels?
Heck yeah, Chief.
All right, let's go.
Oh, okay. I didn't want to tell you because it says Salamangreat in the background.
Oh no. Oh wow, I really messed up the background. Hold on, I fixed that.
Okay, I just wanted to let you know. I didn't want to I was worried I was going to
Oh no, it's exposed now. This is recorded, but it's okay.
Okay.
So, as you know, we're playing how to play Salamangreats, because I can't spell. So, we're up against Rednick's 1988, and he's using a Spellbook Magician of Prophecy, so we can Impermanence it, or Ash Blossom it, or neither. Thoughts?
You 100% want to Ash this.
Alright, so if he doesn't have access to his Spellbook of Knowledge, it's just a waste of his normal summon, and he's gonna sit there.
So, it also depends on the scenario. I say Ash...
Ooh, he dodged. Oh, he didn't dodge the Ash.
Yeah, we're good because it doesn't if it was basically my point is you want to use the Ash if you can because you can recycle it with Sunlight Wolf at any point. So anyways, so in this hand you open the combo. You open Debug and you open Gazelle. So you want to start by normal summoning Debug and using its effect.
Any particular zone?
The zone shouldn't matter because you're going to link with it immediately. Okay. The issue with Debug is it's the best card in the deck, but it's also the most fragile card. Not the best card in the deck, but it's one of the best consistency cards. Right. So the fact that you were ashed here, it just does not matter whatsoever. You just won't end on the counter trap, but you should win regardless because you have 3 more disruptions in your hand. So you're going to link with your Debug into a Phalanx.
And that only requires a level 4 or lower Cybers monster.
Yep, that's why Debug is so good in this deck. So he's going to strike. Now you 100% want to use Gazelle effect.
So Gazelle's effect is when a Salamangreat is sent from the field to the graveyard, you can special summon it?
It's just whenever it's sent to the graveyard. So, for example, if you were to use Spinny, you want to use effect, and you want to send Spinny here so you can access the rank 3.
Okay. So Spinny, when Gazelle is special summoned or normal summoned, it foolishes 1 to the graveyard, correct?
Yep.
All right.
Indeed. It's any card, so you can send the traps as well, or spells. So next, you're going to activate Spinny to special summon itself from the grave. You're not going to attack yet because in the end you should have 36 on board. So from here, you can link into or overlay into the Mirage Stallion, or he's just going to surrender.
Well, it's possible we were taking a bit of time. Now, your explanations are very good, but we're going to have to move slightly faster. It's all good.
For sure.
All right. How did I misspell that so bad? All right. All right. So, hey, let me... All right, my paper covers your rock, and we're going to go first, correct?
Indeed we shall.
Now, there is a going second, like, OTK play if we were to go second. Did we open the combo?
This is a very awkward hand, and we did not open combo.
All right, so how should we proceed?
What you should do in this scenario, you want to normal summon the Jaguar. You want to link the Jaguar into a Phalanx. And then you're going to use Phalanx effect to get yourself a search for the field spell. The reason why you're doing all... I'll explain later. But basically, next you activate Sanctuary.
Alrighty.
You're going to link the Phalanx into a new copy of Phalanx.
Now, a lot of these guys have a secondary effect that activates when they're link summoned using themselves.
Yes, Phalanx does not, but the reason why you're playing it out like this is because you have a Rage in hand and you'd rather not send anything for Rage. Right. So Rage becomes a free disruption, basically. So now what you're going to do is you're going to set the Imperm in the center column, because we all know people activate in the center column.
Especially on YGOpro. And
exactly.
Rage?
Oh, any zone, except under the Phalanx, because we're trying to play around Mech Knights, boys. And then we do not want to use Jaguar effect here. We don't need to. We can also set the E-tally so we can have a Ghost Ogre on the opponent's turn if need be.
All right, we'll make a decision.
And that's it.
If they were to put a continuous card on the board, it might make sense to activate the E-tally.
Yeah, exactly.
So this is a suboptimal hand, so we have a suboptimal board.
Yeah, this is a very bad hand. In this case, you kind of are forced to use the Salamangreat Rage. And because you link summon the Phalanx into a Phalanx, you can use the other effect, depending on the targeted monster's rating. So you're going to use... No, do not choose the one that says send. So it's going to be depending on the targeted monster's rating, yeah.
Okay, so we're targeting our Phalanx, which means pop one card.
Yes.
And that's because the Phalanx was link summoned using a monster, using itself.
Yeah. So that's why we wanted to play it out like that. Yeah, you have no response to that, so.
So he's probably sending core.
Oh, well, that's a bit weird, but okay.
Nah, I wouldn't call it weird. He's getting a Cyber Dragon to hand. He could special.
That is true. That is true. Maybe he already has core. Who knows?
Well, we have the negate for core. We have 2 negates for core.
True. At this point, you should probably just let it go. I mean, I don't think there's anything you can do to... There shouldn't be anything you can do at this point to stop the Cyber Dragon.
Yeah, we opened a little weak for this. So that's
yeah.
If he doesn't link us away, he can just... even if he did link us away, he's just giving us 2 Return of the Dragon Lords to play with.
True. The goal here is to top deck a level 3.
There should be many, right?
Yeah. So here, you can activate either the Imperm or the Veiler. I would save the Imperm because there might be a moment where, you know, you can use it later, so, and then stop a trap, but anyway, or a spell / trap, but anyways.
Yeah, we might need to use it on our turn, which we can't do for the effect Veiler.
Yeah, exactly.
So we're going to get beat down for 2,800, but life points don't matter unless it's your last one.
Indeed. You can have 1 life point left and you still win the duel. Fun facts.
Haven't managed that one before. Have managed 100.
Oh, really?
I've seen people win with 10. That's some sort of Utopia monster that does something
like that. Yeah. Yeah, Utopia Prime, I think.
Ooh.
So he's just going to make Genius. All right.
I think that means he actually has in the graveyard more than enough guys to like pop our board using that trap card.
Oh yeah, he does. But he, yeah. Okay, we'll see. All right, we're bricking. we do have the set emergency teleport if we do need to defend ourselves. So you can either keep the twin in hand or you can set it.
I can't think of a reason to set it because there's no way for us to
I would keep it in hand probably, unless you're trying to... Yeah, I would probably just keep it in hand.
Well, that's going to get negated. Do we need to protect this board? I guess we should. If he's going to pop the impermanence anyway, we might as well negate the Cleafor Genius, and it's in the same column as the
you're very heavily lagging. But yeah, you're gonna yeah.
Alright, maybe we'll pause after this game just in case, see if we can deal with the lag issue.
Yeah.
Oh, do we want to use Phalanx instead of being popped? Are we being popped? Nothing's being popped.
Yeah, okay. I can barely, like...
No problem, we'll pause after this. Whoa, what on earth? Can I not negate that card? Huh.
Weird.
Yeah. Oh, Infinite Impermanence requires to actually negate the card, and Cleafor Genius is unaffected by monster effects.
Really heavily lagging. I gotta just interrupt you because I cannot understand anything that's going on right now.
No problem. We will pause as soon as this game ends, and maybe we'll throw this game out.
Ben?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Now you're good. I'm sorry about that. I couldn't hear you at all.
No, it's fine. I figure we're gonna pause when this game ends just to look into the technical difficulties that are happening. So what happened is I attempted to Infinite Impermanence the Cleafor Genius, but it's not affected by spell or trap cards.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I'm not 100% sure on that ruling, but I guess it doesn't work, so...
No, I think it's correct. You Infinite Impermanence in order to negate a card's spell.
Oh no, I know. I mean, like I wasn't 100% sure if we should like before it happened. But anyways,
well, he was gonna pop 3 cards, so it wasn't gonna matter.
Yeah, true.
All right, so we're good on audio now.
Yeah, we should be good.
Okay, so we'll play another one. But it is good to see a brick hand and it go to the end.
Yeah, definitely. That's fair.
So we're waiting on our next opponents. And, they take however long they take. Hopefully it won't be too long. Anything you want to plug while we're waiting?
Huh?
Anything you want to plug while we're waiting?
Oh. Honestly, not really, I guess. I mean, sub to my channel if you haven't. Sub
to my channel, because I always forget to say that.
That is true. Go sub to Ben. He produces some pretty good quality content, I'm not going to lie.
Oh, wow.
Including the video you're watching right now. Oh my god, we keep on bricking.
I don't think this makes sense, but I guess we're gonna have to deal with it.
All we need is a level 3 and we're fine. Fortunately.
As the wielder will just summon itself. And
yeah. That's the one nice thing about wielder. It helps you save bricks.
Should we allow that? I don't know. This scenario is too weird.
He's probably playing like Sky Striker Trickstar or something if he like didn't do anything else.
Here's a 55 card deck.
Oh, this is some probably don't up to you. I mean, it's weird if he's playing.
I'm gonna do it because maybe he needs 2 tributes, and maybe this is just an engine for him to get 2 tributes.
Yeah, I have no clue, honestly. My biggest assumption would be Sky Striker Trickstar, but then he's playing 55 cards, so he's probably just playing a random deck. Oh, he's playing this deck. The
new witchcraft thing. It's like spell casters that just get more spellcasters or something.
I'm about to plug myself. If you guys haven't checked out my channel yet, there should be, by the time this is uploaded, there should be a witchcraft video up. Yeah, if you want to see a discussion on witchcraft, go check out my channel. But anyways, back to the how to play. So he's got a normal Pittore. All right, just do his witchcraft stuff.
So that's gonna special whichever one he wants from the deck, I believe.
Yeah, usually this deck is able to end on like a card that negates all monster effects or something.
Yeah, it's a level 8 monster. I know it's a quick effect and it can just negate the board, which sounds pretty good. So
typically what we would want right now is Gazelle. That would 100% be the best top deck. Technically Spinny works too, but it's we want Gazelle. So we have a 6 out of 35 chance to draw into it, basically.
Not sure what their goal is. They're actively like getting rid of all the cards in their hand.
Yeah. Well, oh wow, they're not even going to Oh no, okay, never mind. I guess we'll have to see what happens.
Okay, one of them adds a card back from graveyard, and one I think just gave him a draw. So he emptied his
Yeah.
hand on purpose to activate that other card.
Yeah. Wait, what did he discard? Oh, that. Okay, okay. Oh, now. All right, well then.
Well, this is a great sequence of cards that we're not 100% familiar with yet, because I think they were just announced today, or like...
Yeah, at some point in the past day or so.
Okay. So he's using Spellbook of Secrets, possibly searching Spellbook of Knowledge to draw cards, and maybe he'll have dug through his 55-card deck far enough to get to an engage.
Ooh, dang. This is,
It could be a combo with that Spellbook, the Spell Counter deck that's coming out.
Yeah. Did that Witchcraft Searcher effect be used? Like yeah, did he use I think that person used Creation, but I might be wrong. Oh no, never mind. He gets to search with Shizuku. Okay.
So the scroll lets him place it in the spell and trap card zone in the end phase if he has a witchcraft monster, which he does.
Yeah.
And he did put down the negate. This is the monster negate, the level 8. That's quick effect. Discard a spell, negate the effect of monsters your opponent controls. And in the end phase, he was able to search a spell card.
Pretty good. Pretty
search
good.
Engage. So.
Oh, whoa! There's another one. Whoa. All right.
Level 3.
So technically, we're not in the worst scenario here. What's in their graveyard?
This one doesn't do anything in the grave. This one also does not. Afterburners is here, so nothing's really in the graveyard. It's just these continuous spells on the field could be problematic. If a witchcraft monster you control.
What you can do, is normal summon the Ash.
Special
wielder. And from there you can just, in this scenario, it probably is not optimal to go for the Stalio. Wait, is it not giving you the because they're both tuners, right? All right, well,
yeah,
in this scenario,
mind, right?
Man, that's really awkward. I mean, you could go for Stalio and force out the negate.
Might as well.
And then kill, like, whatever. Huh?
That's fine.
Yeah, so I guess you have to force out... this is just a really, like, poor situation to be in, basically.
Well, if you look at
the issue is we just keep
cards. We have, like, no card that actually functions in this deck.
Yeah. So, they're gonna chain. That's basically all she wrote, but, yeah, so... I guess we just set Call by the Grave. You can set 2 and keep 1 in hand.
Whoops.
And then, also attack over. Wait, is the...
He discarded the spell... He sent the spell card to the graveyard, which I wasn't paying attention to. So we went down 100.
Oh, okay, okay.
Because it was 16 to 15. And then we went 15 to 15.
That was correct, because now they can't Kagari back.
Yeah.
No, just set 2 and pass, basically.
Okay. Looks like we're going to have another loss, but due to Brick.
Yeah.
That's unfortunate. It'd be nice to draw a hand that plays. This deck is supposed to be really good at opening with, like, any card and doing the whole combo.
It's just, like, not doing that. We're just getting really unlucky, basically. Like, this deck is consistent, but if you don't open any of your, and then you have, like, other ways to access it through other combos, like, the deck just is toast. But the deck is usually just way more consistent than this. This is just some awkward scenarios that should not be coming up.
Alright, well, there ain't much we can do.
Yeah. Okay. So we top deck circle, but it's probably not going to help us out at this point because of that boss monster on the field. But we might as well see how far we can go, I guess.
All right.
But I mean, at this point, it's just like there's no way of breaking this board.
Yeah, we should probably just scoop and move on. Matter of fact, let's
Yeah.
do that because
Yeah.
we're playing with one card that he can negate over and over again.
The only way we could have come out of that is by like just taking 1,000 each turn and seeing where that goes. But it's probably better to just scoop it up and go to the next game.
Well, at least his Sky Striker cards were kind of unable to be used.
Exactly.
He just kept recurring those the back row that he could just keep resetting in the end of the turn or reactivating the spell cards.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we were never going to get anywhere. Okay, a hand of monsters. This seems like we should be able to do something.
All right, we are golden. So you're gonna start by normal summoning Foxy because everything else is a special.
So this one's kind of like the Sky Striker field spell, right?
Yeah, yeah. So in this scenario, just add the spinny because Falco you don't need.
Spinny summons from grave and Gazelle summons from hand.
What you can do, you have like a wide variety of options. In hands like these, you like bamboo, but bamboozling the number 85. But regardless, we're not playing that. So in this scenario, you can use spinny effect, discarding it itself to target Foxy, and now you can use Gazelle effect to special summon it, and then Gazelle effect will activate. And at this point, you can send the counter trap.
Okay. So Gazelle can just discard itself and give 500 boost just to go into graveyard.
Yeah. So now you have a different way of playing the combo. Basically, link with Foxy into the Veilinks. Veilinks effect will activate. You get the search for Sanctuary. Technically, it doesn't... next, use Spinny effect in Grave. You probably should do Spinny effect first to see if you're... In this scenario, it doesn't matter. You summon it and then overlay for the rank 3. But, yeah, just use Spinny effect first, I guess, for those who want to know. So summon Stalio. Use Stalio effect to special summon. You have to detach Gazelle. You cannot detach Spinny or else you don't have the recycle ability. Summon Jaguar from deck.
Anywhere in particular?
It doesn't matter. You're about to link with it. Then you link with Veilinks and Jaguar for a Sunlight Wolf.
Either zone?
Use the opposite zone of the Mirage Stalio. Next,
summon something behind it.
First you want to use Sanctuary and then Reincarnation Link, or use it as material for another Sunlight Wolf.
Link summon using Link Monster with the
Yeah.
That sounds like the right thing to do.
Indeed. So no, do not use Roar effect yet. Because you can just recur it with Sunlight. You're gonna use Jaguar effect.
What's his effect exactly?
He can return one from your grave to the deck. So in this case, you will want to return Sunlight Wolf to the extra deck.
So we don't run out of it.
Yeah, and then you summon the Jaguar. In attack mode or defense mode, it doesn't matter. Sunlight Wolf effect will activate. From here, you get a Gazelle to your hand. And then you can use Wolf's other effect. So you want to hover over and then, activate its effect. That will retrieve a Roar from your grave to hand.
Okay, because Roar gets banished when it leaves the field by its own effect, right?
So now from here, you're good for the turn. All you have to do, you can link. I personally link Jaguar into a second Veilinks to play around, stuff like Kaijus, for example. So that way I control 2 Link monsters, so my counter trap is still alive. So set your cards, and from there I would pass.
Alrighty. So this is the optimal opening board.
This is pretty optimal, yeah. And then now you just, even if they somehow crack this board, you can just outgrind them from here on out.
Okay. As long as they don't sphere mode us, I guess we'll be
I mean,
okay.
obviously, like, yeah. So basically, you will see how this goes. We'll figure out how to play this out, and then you kill them next turn.
Okay, and Mirage Stalio has a nice effect. I think you use it as a link, and it can bounce a card.
Use as a link material. You can bounce a card.
That card seems like it's got to go. Because that's like the full combo.
That's fine. You can't respond to that.
All right. Now I wonder if this is a Guard Dragon deck or just a more generic Crusadia deck. Wonder what he's going to do. I assume he's going to make Magius, and then you'll summon something in order to get a search. Any thoughts?
On summon, you do not imperm or anything. You're good for now.
Okay. Because we don't know if he needs to search, but he might need to special. Also, we're not sure what he's specialing. If he summons Draco, he'll get back his Maximus, potentially allowing him to push through for like 8k in a second.
Yeah. If he's playing the Guard Dragon variant, in which case we can just imperm basically, or Veiler.
What's that one?
Yeah. So at this point, what you can do is, in this scenario, it's matchup dependent. You can, because okay, no, actually, you should just imperm. Well, if you don't want him to get the search, you can imperm. You could also, but I would recommend you imperm because he can equimax your imperm later on, but he cannot do anything to your Veiler. Ooh, he has power.
He also really wants to search pretty badly. We could Veiler it now.
I mean, hey, we will have. That's really weird. You definitely want to save the Roar. You can Veiler right now, and then
see if that really
commits any more to it, then you can do stuff later.
It's always funny to negate a card as it's about to become unaffected by everything.
Yeah, true.
So I wonder where he's going to go with this. So he can link into Regolix or maybe Spatha.
It'd be really awkward if he didn't have another play here.
That's kind of why I wanted to negate it so badly. I really feel like if he's trying to protect the search, then he must need to make the play there.
Oh wow, he really doesn't have anything.
Oh, that'll allow him to attack everything. I think that's something we have to stop.
Can I read it?
Yeah, he has to target. All Crusadia monsters gain 500 attack. Once per turn, you can target a Crusadia Link monster you control. This turn, even if this card leaves the field, it can attack all monsters your opponent controls once each. Also, all other monsters you control cannot attack. So the Regolix currently has 3,000 attack. It'll attack the Sunlight Wolf. It'll attack the Veilinx. And then it'll attack the Mirage Stalio, doing a ton of damage and killing at least 2 of the monsters, because he'll pound through the Veilinx's graveyard effect also.
Honestly, I wouldn't, because if he has another card, personally, I'd rather have everything die.
Could we rebuild the board with just the Gazelle?
Oh, 100%. Easy money. You have a Jaguar, a Spinny, and a Foxy Engrave, so you're chilling.
What does this do?
Oh, you can which one is he attacking?
He's attacking the Veilinx.
I wouldn't do anything right now because you're just gonna take unnecessary damage. I can explain that later. No, you want to keep the Sunlight Wolf or the Mirage Stallion in this case. You do not want to use Sanctuary Effect.
All right. What does Sanctuary do? I've never seen it used for anything.
And then yeah, keep the Mirage Stallion. Basically the Sanctuary effect is you can pay 1,000 and then reduce one of your Link monsters' attack permanently. But you gain that much life. So basically, it's like if you're going to link with it regardless, then you just get free life. but it's
okay.
it's not really that relevant usually.
But if
Unless
we do
like
it now,
yeah, you want to banish the Banelings here.
okay. So that doesn't protect the Sanctuary's life point effect is only for the Link monsters.
Yeah.
All right. I was gonna say if we did reduce the Stalio to 0, we would actually take less damage because the Regolix would lose the attack as well.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Actually, I don't think it does. It's for original attack. Never mind. All right. So what are we doing?
So now we're just like autopilot mode. We just basically clear his board and OTK him. So right now, and we have the counter trap to protect ourselves. So basically, you're gonna use first what you probably want to do. Does wielder say original attack or just current attack?
You can target one monster on the field with less attack. So
Oh,
I guess it's current attack.
Yeah. So in that case, we want to start with a the searcher. I'm forgetting the name. The circle. The circle. Yeah. We can grab in this scenario. It doesn't really matter what we grab. We can grab. What is that? Is that the crawler trap? Okay. Yeah.
It lets him search a World Legacy card.
So now we just resolve its effect. We can normal grave effect. So we're gonna want to grab Falco here, and then we can use Foxy later on. So we want to grab Falco.
Alrighty. What do I do with Falco? Well, he's gonna actually trigger 2 searches.
Use the Foxy effect in grave.
Oh wait, is it in there? Okay. If this card's in the graveyard and a face-up spell or trap card is on the field, you can discard.
Or the Foxy, or the we want to use Foxy effect in grave. He's got his effects. My bad. My screen's not loading 100%, but it's all good.
That's fine.
Okay, so he'll search Lance. That's fine. We can negate that during damage step.
So activate Foxy.
Yeah, we're going to use Foxy effect, discarding Falco, special the Foxy, and then we can pop his field spell.
Alright. That'll trigger Falco.
And then destroy his field spell. Next, we're going to want to special summon the Wielder from hand.
Oh, do we want to use the Falco effect?
Falco's effect in grave. Not right now, because we want to use its other effect. So say no to its current effect.
How about Gazelle in hand?
Yeah, now we want to use Gazelle effect.
Alright. Anywhere in particular?
So we're going to special Gazelle. Right now, we don't really need anything else, so we can just send a Rage from deck, the other trap card, the non-counter trap.
Okay. So Rage is like our...
Send that, and then we can now special summon the Psychic Wielder. From here, we can now go ahead and link with, or we can use Spinny Effect. We can link with the Gazelle and the Foxy into a Mirage Stalio. Or, I'm sorry, I'm messing up all the names. We're going to link with Gazelle and Foxy into the Sunlight Wolf. And then from there, we're going to use Spinny Effect in grave, special to his own Sunlight Wolf points to.
Spinny, where's Spinny?
Oh, it's under, yeah. We're going to use the effect of Stalio. Detach. We're going to summon a Gazelle from deck. Next, we're going to use Falco effect in grave.
Alright, so the timer's starting to become a problem.
Yeah. We're going to target the Gazelle. Special the Falco. Do not summon it under Sunlight Wolf. We're going to then use Spinny effect. Special summoning itself from grave. We can then synchro into a we can synchro with the Psychic Wheel. Do not use effect yet. Next we can synchro with the Spinny and the Psychic Wielder into a Brio. Synchro there, and then from here we do not use Sunlight Wolf effect yet. From here we can go ahead and link with the Sunlight Wolf and the Falco. No, I'm sorry. Don't link with those two. Link with the Sunlight Wolf and the Mirage Stallion into the Heatleo. From here, we can use the effect. We're going to use Mirage Stallion. We're also going... Oh my god, this is...
The timer is getting close.
Yeah. We're going to, from here, we're going to use Jaguar Effect in Grave. So we're going to return a Sunlight Wolf from the grave, and we're going to special summon to a zone it points to, doesn't matter. We're going to go battle phase, and then we're just going to swing for a bunch of damage because time. So yeah, but we should...
Okay.
That's my bad. Now we just
That's
attack
fine.
with everything, yeah.
I think you're a little behind on the pace of the game because of our screen share.
Yeah,
so,
yeah.
Yeah.
That's exactly what's going on. But we would have been able to deal 900 more if time wasn't a thing. But anyway, so main phase 2. From this point, do you still have a Sunlight Wolf in your extra deck? Like 2?
I believe we have 2.
Okay. What we're gonna want to do, link with the Sunlight Wolf for the Sunlight Wolf. Link for Sunlight Wolf with the Jaguar and the Heatleo.
Okay, so we still want to be in that zone. But
Yeah.
Move over?
Move over to the other zone, yeah.
Okay.
Next, we're going to link again into another Heatleo, just using itself.
Oh, the Sunlight Wolf into Sunlight Wolf?
Yeah.
Okay, so as you said Heatleo, just making sure.
Oh, yeah, that's my bad. Yeah.
It's fine.
We're going to activate Sunlight Wolf's effect. At this point, we can just retrieve the Rage. That way on his turn, we can pop 2 at any point. We'll set that, and we will pass turn. This board would have been way better, and we would have been able to OTK if there wasn't any lag latency, whatever. But yeah, no. But basically, that would have 100% been OTK. But yeah, anyways. So if he just sets 2, we're gonna end phase Rage his cards.
Okay, there's a good chance that that's what's going to happen.
Yeah. So at this point, we can just Rage both of his back row.
The one that says destroyed by link rating, correct?
Yeah.
So we target Sunlight Wolf and get the back row.
Yeah. Because now as well, we can just Brio his card back and then just attack for game.
Discarding anything.
Yeah.
Just gonna normal, just the normal, and then we'll attack for game.
It doesn't matter if you use Gazelle Effect here. You should send Spinny if you're using Gazelle Effect. Or just go to Battle Phase since it's game. So that works too.
Yeah, I didn't want to bad manners too much by making additional plays. He would have just scooped in the middle of that. Alright. So we are up against Player, the arch nemesis of all YGOpro players.
Alrighty. He's probably playing Ancient Gears.
He could be playing Ancient Gear. It is the meta of YGOpro. We've opened Spinny, and he's playing the best deck.
Oh, wow. The mirror match. All right.
So one way to learn how to play Salamangreats is to watch him play Salamangreats.
Yeah.
So Gazelle's the opener card normally?
Yeah, you want to, like... Basically, Gazelle is the Rapier of the deck.
Okay, so it searches,
for people who know what Zoo is.
Oh, it's a foolish.
It's basically like think of Rapier... but for Salamangreats, because like this deck, there are a lot of like quote unquote similarities. Like for example, Gazelle is basically the main card you need to turbo out, and you have an invoker for the deck. The deck's very consistent, it's control based, anyways. But yeah, so you want to turbo out Gazelle as fast as possible. In this case, he opened. He did this combo entirely wrong. I'm just gonna spoil that. He's supposed to normal summon Spinny and then link for I guess it's now called Bale Links. It used to be called Bale Links in the OCG. Now it's Bale Links. He should have linked for the link one basically, then use Gazelle to special summon from hand, and then he could go off. But right now the issue, like, it doesn't necessarily matter. It's not too big of a deal, but now he doesn't have a Mirage Stallion on field. So it's kind of like he could have had this plus a Mirage Stallion.
And the Stallion sitting there gives him advantage if it survives.
Exactly.
And now he done fucked up by activating its effect to bounce his own card.
Yeah.
Alright. So we're in a game against Adramelech, and we keep losing the dice roll.
Man, that we don't personally enjoy that to happen, but it happens. All right, so this is like it might seem like a bad hand because you drew Falco plus Foxy, and that's not really that doesn't get you anywhere. But because we just draw a circle, we're fine. In this case, we can't really do anything against this. So we'll just wait it out right now. One big issue I have with witchcraft, by the way, is like if I Ash, that is other spell. All right, yeah, no, he's ending on a really mediocre board, basically.
Now, what does this one do? Banish, send one witchcraft from deck to graveyard. Okay.
Actually, you know, this isn't as bad as I thought it'd be, because now he'll still go +1 basically with the getting the creation and then the Bistreet. But it doesn't matter because we're just gonna imperm the Hane and then go in.
Okay. But with Falco we can do quite a bit, right?
Yeah, we can also like no, there's a lot of stuff we can do right now.
Okay. Alright, so starting our turn, I guess we're gonna impermanence this guy so that he can't do anything. And that turns off his turn, assuming he doesn't play additional hand traps.
If he plays a hand trap, it doesn't necessarily matter. In this scenario, we're probably so that's fine. We're gonna start by activating Circle and see if he does anything. And then he does he do something? He'll probably, or he's just gonna scoot. Basically, this deck is like I feel like a lot of people are undervaluing this deck. This deck can throw like a ton of hand traps in the main. Okay, so with this hand, we have to normal summon Debug and use Effect.
What are we searching?
We're gonna search for Gazelle.
Gazelle's the one that summons itself when we send something to the graveyard, correct?
Yeah. What's nice about here, I'll explain later, but he's gonna draw us. Actually, that is kind of awkward.
I don't think we should do much. Should we even make the Balinks? We can't search.
Let's make the Balinks and then pass.
All right. Now, I guess it's less bad for us because we play 3. Most people only play 1, I think, right?
No, most people... So, like, here, you can pass, by the way. But basically, it's weird because I've been seeing some builds playing 2. I play 3 because I 100% think 3 is the correct number. So it's forcing out the Ash here. So we got Ash Desires. We can't give him the +1. And the reason why we linked for Balinks here, by the way, is because if he gets rid of the Balinks, then we can trigger Gazelle Effect. And then we'll have follow-ups in hand for the next turn. So we'd rather have, like, we got to make sure that, like, we can use Gazelle. Or if he doesn't Gazelle, then we're chilling as well. Oh, well, we're totally fine then. All right, in this scenario, we can either normal Debug and get a search, or we can just summon Foxy.
What's more fun?
Probably Foxy.
All right.
I'm not going to lie. Foxy is more of a fun scenario here. So we'll use Effect. We will Excavate 3. Take that chance, you know.
So we're potentially going to add a card from the top 3, or we could have gotten one specific card.
This is also technically okay, so we got Circle, we're chilling, but technically it's the safer play because if he does anything to the Foxy, we can use Gazelle Effect in hand, and we would have been like screwed if we anyways. So we're gonna Circle for a Spinny. But yeah, no, Foxy was actually the safer play here. So it's the more fun option and the safer play.
Because it lets us float. So Spinny
is up? Yeah, Spinny.
Spinny is just going to throw itself in the graveyard at some point.
Exactly. So we're going to use the effect of Spinny. We're going to target the Foxy, I guess. I mean, it doesn't really matter, but we're probably going to link with the Spinny, so yeah. We're going to be yeah, it just doesn't matter. We want to use Gazelle Effect next, basically, to summon itself. And if he... All right, well, we would have...
We'll just try and get a full game in.
Hopefully this one goes well, but...
We won the dice roll. All right. Let's go combo.
We're in there like swimwear. Okay, don't quote me on that. Anyways, let's start with the circle, and then we'll search Spinny.
So Spinny is our desired first
like,
play.
Huh?
So Spinny's our desired starter if we have... Oh my god.
Oh my goodness. That hand was really good, though. We would have ended on Rage, Roar, Ghost Ogre, and Called. And then have the rest of our board. And Gazelle in hand. So that was a good hand. Like, just genuinely.
Alright, let's try this again. Maybe we could finish one game.
Paper is the way.
Apparently.
Alright. So, this is like... If we need to resolve debug here, so we're gonna use debug effect. We do have cold, so it's much safer here. But yeah, we have to. Yeah, no, we're good. Okay, we're gonna search Gazelle, Gazelle, and then we're going to link with the debug into a. We're gonna link into Phalanx, or I'm sorry, Phalanx, as it's called in the TCG. We're gonna use effect. We're gonna get the search for Sanctuary. We're going to activate Sanctuary. From here, we can link with those in. Actually, before we do that, I mean, we have the call, so it doesn't matter. But let's activate emergency teleport here. And then we can get either level 3. It doesn't matter. We might as well just grab. Doesn't matter. We'll grab Wielder since it's not as good after the first turn. So summon Wielder. Next, from here, we can link into the other Phalanx. So yeah, we'll link. Use the effect of Gazelle. Summon itself. It doesn't matter the zone. And then we'll use the effect of Gazelle. In this case, we can send the counter trap. So we'll send the counter trap. We'll overlay with the 2 level 3s for the Mirage Stalio. Use Stalio effect, and then detach one. Yeah, we'll detach Gazelle. Yeah, we have to detach Gazelle. From here, we'll summon a Jaguar from deck.
Now he's a 1-of, we just summon off of Mirage Stalio.
Yeah, pretty much. Falco is the other level 4 you typically summon, but it's all. But usually in this scenario, we'd summon Jaguar. Anyways, we're gonna link for Wolf with the Jaguar and the Phalanx.
To the other side?
To the other side, yeah. We're going to well, because we already can I view the grave real quick? Yeah, since we have the second Phalanx, we can use Jaguar effect. And then we can return one of the Phalanx to the extra deck in order to summon the Jaguar. We can use the effect of Sunlight Wolf here to retrieve our good old friend Gazelle to our hand. So now we have a follow-up for the following turn. And then could I view the grave real quick?
Certainly, we have 4 cards.
Okay, yeah, we're going to just link with the Jaguar, and we're going to link with the Sunlight Wolf into a second Sunlight Wolf.
So we're managing to play our reincarnation.
Do not use Roar effect right now, because we can just, so click no. And then we're going to use Sunlight Wolf effect to retrieve it instead, basically.
Okay, so yeah, we're avoiding using the effect of the Roar to keep it in play.
Yeah. Now we just set Roar and Cold, and we will pass turn.
Alright, then we can discuss this more thoroughly when we're not on a timer or making our opponent want to leave, since everybody's been leaving so far.
Yeah, so basically in that scenario, you just grab it with Wolf since it's better to have that as a resource. So, if you... Yeah, no, it's not banished, basically. That's the only difference. But that's very important to keep in mind, basically.
And I noticed we detached from the Mirage Stalio the Salamangreat monster just to keep Salamangreat in grave. I think that's beneficial for the Jaguar to shuffle things back.
Yeah, so every time you overlay turn 1, you're good. You just use the Phalanx in grave.
That's what I was thinking, but just in case we wanted to keep it for some reason.
Yeah. The thing with this deck is if you turn 1, you're most likely going to use Gazelle as a combo piece to summon your Mirage Stalio. Okay, so I'll play this out quick. So right here, we can start by normal summoning the Falco.
What's the Falco do? I haven't feel like we
so the much. Falco, when it's sent to the grave, set a Salamangreat card from your grave, and then or a spell and trap from your grave, and then it's basically a bounce a monster on your field to hand, special summon it from grave. I forget the other card that does something similar. But anyways, we're gonna link with the well, actually, we can technically use the Mirage Stallion effect here in order to summon a Spinny from our deck.
Okay. Getting Spinny into play. Now they could have a counter trap at this point, so they could try and negate us.
Yeah, but we're good. We're gonna summon Spinny. From here, we're going to link with the Spinny. Well, we could technically link with whatever. In this scenario, let's link with the Mirage Stallion and the link with Mirage Stallion, and we can link with the Sunlight Wolf into a Heatleo. So yeah. And then link, we'll use the effect of Mirage Stallion, and we'll use the effect of Heatleo. So chain link 1, chain link. Let's go. Yeah, it doesn't matter the chain links because we have the counter trap. So we'll target, doesn't matter what we target. And then Stallion will bounce their monster. If they have a response, we'll see. And now let's use Gazelle effect here. Doesn't really matter, but we'll use the effect. So we'll see if they do not have a response. So we will summon. That will return to hand, and that gets shuffled. We'll use the effect of Gazelle here. At this point, we basically have gone through everything. So in this case, do we have a Foxy Engrave? I don't think we do.
Me neither. So let's send it.
Yeah. So at this point now I would recommend we reincarnation link into another Heatleo.
That's going to let us get rid of another back row, correct?
Yeah, exactly. We just want to clear all the back row right now. We'll use Heatleo effect. We'll bounce that. And then from here, I goofed. I should have played this out different, but long story short, from here we're going to link with the Spinny and the Falco into a Nightmare Phoenix. To get rid of the last back row, basically. So we'll use the effect, discard us. We can discard the cult since we already have a cult set, and we'll target the last back row. It doesn't matter. We will use the effect of we'll use the effect of Jaguar Engrave to summon. We'll return the Heatleo, Sunlight Wolf. It doesn't matter because we should just kill them right now. Let's return the Sunlight Wolf though. Summon Jaguar. From here, let's check our grave again. We should use Spinny effect in order to special summon itself. And then from here, no, do not go to battle phase yet. We're going to use Heatleo's other effect. So basically, let's target the Heatleo in our grave, and then we'll target the Spinny. So basically,
this increases attack to 2,300.
Exactly. Now we should be able to just attack for game. This should be, we just attack with everything. Do not use the field spell effect. This should be, like 9,800, if I'm not mistaken. Like, if you didn't have the Phoenix, we'd be 100 off, but we have the Phoenix, so we're good.
Okay.
Yeah, and now we just attack for game. And, that's, the power of this deck.
Alright, I think that's going to wrap up all the demo duels. We got a few turn 1 broken boards in, we got a OTK in, and we're having a lot of difficulties getting games to actually stick. So let's just do a quick outro. Any thoughts on this build or things you might suggest for anyone if they want to play the deck a little differently?
So, personally, I only played the wielders just as, like, a demonstration purpose. I personally I don't personally play wielder, so you can cut that. The Salamangreat lineup is pretty standard with 2 Foxy, the 3 Spinny, all of that. That's pretty standard. I don't play the Solemns, so you can, like, in the main, so you can cut those. And the side deck, very optional. A lot of the cards in the main deck and side deck and extra and everything are just to demonstrate what this deck is capable of. So wielder is not a bad card at all. But it can either be a wielder or, like, another disruption in the form of a hand trap. So that's up to you guys. Again, it's to demonstrate, like, the purpose of these extenders. You can play dangers instead of the wielder. The one card I do recommend keeping is Emergency Teleport. Emergency Teleport, it's actually really good. because it's a free level 3 and it just works with everything. You don't even like, because you're already going, if you're playing Ogre, you should probably play Teleport just because of how versatile it is.
So Teleport gives you easy access to the Mirage Stalio, which does a lot, and Mirage Stalio conveniently is a generic card.
Yep. And what else? Debug. I might have already stated this, but it's the most fragile card in the deck. So just make sure you're careful with your Debug normal summon.
And what are we normally searching with Debug? We're normally searching the Jaguar, not the Jaguar, the Gazelle, correct?
Yeah, so basically the main 2-card combo in the deck is with Gazelle and Spinny, and that should end you on the Sunlight Wolf, Mirage Stalio, Jaguar / Balinks board. But if you open just Gazelle, you will end on that, and if you open Gazelle plus Spinny or just any other level 3 extender, you will also have the counter trap with it. The Salamangreat Roar. So that's like the difference. But because the deck is so consistent already, I don't personally like the level 3 extenders unless like they just inherently special summon themselves. And like you could play Dangers. I don't personally play them, but I don't think I've tested enough with them. But they are definitely an option to keep in mind. But if you're a budget player, then just play without the Dangers. It still works completely fine. Brio, you would cut with the Wielder. Only is good with Wielder. And then some other options. So some other options in the extra deck. I just want to... So basically, you have a combo where you use Transco Talker plus this one Cyber's Link 2. It has Jammer in its name.
It's a new one, right? Update Jammer or something?
Update Jammer, that's the name. Basically, if you open Update Jammer, a lot of the time, I'm pretty sure there's like a combo where you can go Update Jammer and then link into transcode. And then what Update Jammer does is it can give the transcode double attacks, and then you can use the transcode effect to bring back the Update Jammer. Update Jammer will be at 2,500, and then you will have the transcode, which will be at 28, and then it should be OTK on board basically. If you want to play those, you can. Some other options, you can play Dweller, any rank 4 that can disrupt on your opponent's turn, or like Dweller is really good in this format, like because also it's another out to Ray. So there's also Dweller. I know I'm rambling a lot, but
man, this is all good stuff, and I figured we should mention the obvious card that people might want to consider playing.
Yeah, if you... Oh, I thought that was already in the list. If you... oh, because of Brio, right. If you... you can either play that combo, you can technically play Boral Sword. That's also an easy card to make. So...
Although there is something about Boral Sword that's worth mentioning. It was in reference to one of the monsters prevents us from activating anything that is on fire.
So, basically... If you are playing Update Jammer plus Transcode, you shouldn't have to worry about the Stalios restriction, because basically if you're opening the 2-card combo with Gazelle plus Spinny, then then that's combo right there for the OTK. It should be, if I'm not mistaken. And then, but the difference is, if you're playing Boral Sword, the one thing I don't like about Boral Sword is it's not good when you're going second. Like, if it's like your second turn and you already have your grave set up, then yeah, Boral Sword's easy OTK. But the issue is,
your first turn, you need to do the Mirage Stalio to get anywhere, and you can't activate its effects.
The deck is if you're playing the Dangers, then I would recommend playing Boral Sword. If you can afford Dangers, then you can probably afford Boral Sword as well.
But, oh yeah, the other thing is you can activate Boral Sword before summoning the Mirage Stalio. That way you activated its effect and it can already attack twice. It won't be able to gain the attack points when attacking, but that's how you utilize that card.
Exactly. So Boral Sword, it's on and off for me, because usually you're able to OTK on the next turn after your first turn where you set up. On the second turn of the game where you can play, that's when Boral Sword is good. But the deck can already OTK, as demonstrated in a duel where we made Phoenix, Heat Leo, all of that. So it's not like it's hard to OTK. So, and Boral Sword can be tricky for this deck to make, considering usually you want to go Mirage Stalio. Player's preference, you don't even need to play the any OTK cards, but I'm just letting you guys know just in case.
And when did you say the tape here comes up? The tape,
Baguska, usually you play, most of the time Baguska is the best in the mirror match. And that's one of the big reasons why you need to play Hida as well for the mirror match. It just makes the mirror match so much easier. But at the same time, if you're going Baguska, you can, if you're going second and you're, technically you can play Dweller and it, should fill the same role. It's just, it's harder to deal with a Baguska. So, personally, it's either or. I haven't tested enough with Dweller versus Baguska to see which one I just play. But Dweller is universally better, but Baguska is better in the mirror match. So up to personal preference, basically. It also depends on how the meta shapes up. Dweller is really good against Thunder Dragon Danger and the Guard Dragon, all of that. Because then when they link with the Thunder Dragons, you just, they can't use their effects. So, and I think you can play 2 Roar. It does come up the second Roar sometimes, so if you wanted to, there's that.
I don't think it would hurt to open, so that's not bad. I have extra copies. Anyways, I don't want to make this longer than it is. It is a very long video. And I want to thank you.
It, though. Yeah, for sure. I'm happy to be on, Ben.
All right, thank you, Blade. Everybody make sure you check out BladeYGO. Don't forget to subscribe here and subscribe to Blade. And click the notification bell to make sure you see our next How to Play and other things as well. And we'll see you guys next time.